Hello, everybody of one. I am doing the annual Slot Car State of the Union that I've done a number of times. I'm in a hotel room uh, working this week covering high school wrestling in Hershey, Pennsylvania. And I thought I'd jump on and do this just because. Hopefully, everyone is doing okay these days. I know we just got the real State of the Union, and in this channel, we just talk about the slot car State of the Union because we don't care about politics on this channel. We don't talk about politics on this channel. In any case, um, what is the state of our slot car union? Well, I'd say it's really fairly strong. I make these points every single time in my videos when I talk about the small manufacturers, and even when I have criticisms of the larger manufacturers that do slot cars for the masses, as well as the hobbyist slot car folks. We are in the best time ever in the hobby, I would say, from a product point of view. We have more available to us, more higher quality available to us than ever before, quite frankly. Let me just check, see if I'm getting the chat. Top chat, super chat. Yeah, there we go. Okay. In any case, we have so much available to us. The quality is fantastic. There are a range of products available to us, more than ever before, more diversity of themes of cars than ever before, I would say. And certainly, as I've said, the higher quality of parts than ever before, as well as, you asked me that before, Asher. They have made not made Indy cars. I'm not talking about that tonight. I'm sorry. Um, we have another aspect to the hobby that has started or gotten better, I would say, since the pandemic, which is 3D printing. It just happens to have happened after the pandemic when we started getting 3D printed, uh, or actually not 3D, well, 3D printing as well, yeah. We started getting more 3D printing of chassis and of niche parts and of even bodies now, um, as well as laser cut wood scenery from places like Racetrack Scenics and from Magnetic Racing, and I'm sure others at some point as well. We have so much available to us now, and we can see by the growth of the hobby on places like YouTube, where there was a thread actually that just started. I forget where it was. Oh, sorry, I had a long day at work today. Um, I think it was on the Show Me Your Tracks or something like that on Facebook group. But regardless, um, there have been so many people that have started YouTube channels. I have kind of started my YouTube channel in earnest. I've had a YouTube in one form or another for more than 20 years now, or 20 years now, that has had slot car stuff on it. And um, I really think we're getting a really great group of people on YouTube and on the uh, and in the hobby that really kind of add to the overall. Well, just that's kind of fleshing things out, I would say, in a really great way. It's awesome to see so many people now doing doing YouTube videos, doing tunes, doing all different kinds of very specific things that maybe weren't uh, covered or talked about before by some channels. I really do try to stick to mainly news, because that's where I feel I can add best to the hobby. I do some I do some projects, like built car builds and things like that, but for sure, I want to support folks that do nice reviews and tunes and things like that, because that's their area, that's their love, and that's their passion that they want to express here on YouTube, and I think that's important. And so we're really there hasn't been this many YouTubers before, who are just kind of startup folks who are just really enjoying putting themselves out there and doing projects and doing builds and doing, well, frankly, everything related to the hobby. And it's just so awesome to see, because that really helps a lot. Not just, having the next new car or the next fun thing to buy, but having that inspiration, having that group of folks supporting each other, and that content on YouTube, supporting the channel. And frankly, YouTube is basically, I mean, they consider themselves a search engine. So if there are more people that are into the hobby, there are more likely possibilities for people to find the hobby, because there's more content on YouTube about the hobby. So all of that's a very positive thing. And yeah, it's just it's super fun to see, and it's an awesome time to be part of the hobby. Um, I don't really see negatives. Excuse me. I don't really see too many negatives now in the hobby. Um, Pricing is definitely probably one of them, but excuse me. Pricing is probably always been considered a problem, because, I mean, let's face it, nobody really wants to pay all that much for pretty much anything. And who can blame them, quite frankly? Uh, I I do expect that we will see more American-made products. Um, I do expect that we will see more products made outside of the Orient, as people try to kind of take control of their own uh, hobby by, with the small manufacturers kind of making what they want, where they want, rather than necessarily having to make things in the Orient, which is fine. I mean, it's the cheapest way. There's a gnat in here. The cheapest way to make things, fortunately or unfortunately, is en masse in the Orient, in China, in Korea now, in India even. That's where a lot of plastic model companies get their products made. Vietnam as well. But I definitely see that as companies like Racetrack Scenics have proven, you can actually make things here in the U.S. for the hobby. And I definitely think it's hey, Gale Force. Um, I definitely think that we will see a lot more of that in the coming years, just as people want to take more control of their own hobby, of the hobby, and make their own products. And if they want to make their own products, frankly, the best way to keep control over that process is to have the process as close to you as possible, which for many of us is your home country, rather than having things made around the world. Cheers, guys. Yes, Consco, they do. So that's how I see things. I'm doing pretty well. Had a long day at work, covering wrestling today, Consco. He asked how I was doing today. Hey, Day Trip. Um, so I definitely think that even, as short as maybe 15 or so years ago, uh, when we had much more limited availability of different kinds of cars, the quality was all right. Um, it, frankly, wasn't, when was Slotted formed? They were formed a few years ago, and maybe early 2000s when they started producing magnets at first, and then cars in the mid 2000s. And we've come a long way since then in the home set area, and that's all I'm talking about here is home set. 132 and 124, and even 143. The quality has gotten considerably better in 143 as well. And I'm not an HO guy, so I can't speak to that. I'll let the HO folks do their own speaking when because they're the ones that are most eloquent about their own hobby. But I definitely think quality has gone up all around. I mean, you look at the stuff that Auto World is making, and Johnny Lightning. It's but they run terrible. That's too bad to hear. Um, in any case, hey Carrie. Um, yeah, I just wanted to do a reasonably quick video slash live stream to talk about. I started doing these. I don't know. Was it last year I did my first one, just as kind of like a joke about the during the American State of the Union, presidential State of the Union address, and I thought it was why not um, to do this as a regular thing, because I do think it's important to take stock of where we are. I don't really see negatives in the hobby now. Um, I know some people really do want to go on about the prices having gone up on certain of the basic home set cars, but I don't begrudge people trying to make money. I mean, this is a business after all that they are in, and if they don't make money, we don't have slot cars from them. And I think it's um, important to acknowledge the fact that these businesses should be able to make money, and I definitely think it's important that we have companies like Scalextric and Carrera, and even though SCX really isn't in this market, um, basic slot cars that appeal to the broadest possible audience. I think that is crucial to the hobby. It is the lifeblood of the hobby, and 143rd is right there with that, because that's the small scale that you can get into a big box store, and that is just so important to get new people into the hobby. HO 143rd, it's absolutely crucial, and we have a lot of really great 143rd options for them now that frankly we wouldn't have had years ago, and companies based um, here in the U.S. to some extent. They have U.S. Subsidiaries or U.S. Offices that do a lot of products for this market, and that is, that's something we wouldn't have had 18 years ago or so, 15 years ago or so, maybe. In any case, that's about it, guys. I just wanted to do the quick video here and the quick live stream. And as someone said, you never know. You might have gotten more out of this than the actual State of the Union. Yeah. Thank you very much for showing up, folks. And, news. I have a very, very long day of work tomorrow. I am going to try to fit the news in. I realized it's Friday, and it's Friday tomorrow, and I have probably a 14-hour day of work tomorrow. So I'm going to try to, thank you very much, Imperialist. I'm going to try to get the news done at some point. In any case. Thanks, folks. Cheers. See y'all again soon.